SoFloRadio.com and SoFloTelevision.com.
Are you ready to talk sports? You logged on to the right place. This show is called John Edge and the Sports Heads.
All right, good evening, folks. It is 8:01 in beautiful Hollywood, Florida, in the SoFloRadio.com studios. The name of the show, John Edge and the Sports Heads. Round of applause for our show, Joe. We have no entertainment. This is the second week in a row. I had a girl planned to be here in the studios, but couldn't make it today, but we have Joe Buck.
Yeah. That's enough entertainment. That's plenty of entertainment for this evening.
So our show, I'm gonna say, it's gonna be dominated by sports today. So we'll get a little bit into what's going on in the world, but mostly sports.
There's a lot of good.
Yeah, a lot of good things going on.
Good sports week.
Especially what's going on in college football. Notre Dame's #1. Let's get a round of applause for Notre Dame.
It's first time since 1993, John.
1993.
Last time.
Also, what's going on in baseball? The Marlins traded almost the whole team away. And I'm not going to applaud the Marlins on that. We'll get to that later. Also, what's going on in NFL? In the NFL, the Dolphins played on Thursday, and I got humiliated again. Well, not really humiliated. They had chances at the end, but
it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty.
It's kind of what did old Denny Green say from Arizona? They are finally now who they...
Exactly.
Who they thought
who we thought they were.
Who they thought that,
yeah.
After 3 games in a row that they lost, and it's kind of, but
they're the home team, so we root them on no matter what. Also, we want to get into a little bit of what's going on in the NBA. The Heat just finished a 6-game road trip, and it looks like they went 4-2. But let's get into the hot topics. What's going on? Current events. Are the Republicans? Are they starting to get wiser? I was reading a story on USA Today where they're joining the Democrats on a new immigration bill. As you recall, or as as we read the papers or we see the news, we see that the Republicans were totally against this new immigration law, or they're against the immigration law that Obama's trying to pass. But check this out, Joe. Sean Hannity,
oh god,
tells his listeners. This is a quote, that he's evolved and now supports a pathway to citizenship. So even Sean Hannity, and this guy's a right-winger, he's saying that he's going to join and he wants to support this pathway to citizenship. And he also said, we've got to get rid of the immigration issue together.
Is this the law Obama passed, last springtime, stating where... if you came into this country illegally, like as a young kid,
mm-hmm.
And you're going to school, or after a certain age that you can, you're...
Is that like the Dream Act or something like that? Was that is?
It was called the Dream Act. I think that's what it was called, yeah. But as we all know, the Latinos overwhelmingly supported Obama in this election. So, I'm seeing it. The Republicans are, I guess they're realizing that they need the Latinos on their side in order to for a Republican to get back into office. I don't know about you guys, but if Romney would have picked Rubio to run as his vice president, I think the race would have been a little tighter.
I don't know, because Rubio's a Cuban, and the Cubans are all very right wing, and I don't think the other Latins in America can relate to.
You're right.
The Cubans. I mean, that's
we talked
and
about,
vice versa.
Yeah, and we talked about it last week where the new generation of the Cubans here in South Florida
way more liberal.
They're more liberal.
Right.
And the old school
but
are
still
dying out.
the power structure down here
right
is all right wing. My family, hey, how you doing out there?
What would you think if Jeb Bush and Rubio we're trying to run
You know,
together.
the thing about Jeb is, because he unlike his brother, he can actually speak, and he's fluent in Spanish.
Yes, he is.
He's married to a Mexican.
That's right.
So no, he, on the other hand, might be a contender. He might be able to lure a lot of those Latin voters over to his side. By the way, here's an ironic thing. I'm an immigrant, but I'm against the immigrant reform that people are talking about because I'm pro-labor. We were talking before the show.
Right.
I think that erodes the labor pool. People coming in and working, under the table erodes the labor pool.
That's right.
It really takes power away from the American workers to be able to negotiate. Not just the American workers, but just people who are in America legally to be able to negotiate for a fair wage when an employer has the option of paying someone under the table who's going to keep their mouth shut because you'll have them deported.
Right.
So I really don't believe in catering to people who come over here illegally. My family waited very politely in line in Cuba, filled out a lot of paperwork, went through a lot of grief. If you've ever heard the stories.
Yep.
About what you have to go through in order to get to America, the legal way, the right way. A lot of red tape, background checks. You have to waive a lot of rights, including your right to claim welfare when you come to America. Just a lot of things that you have to do to get over here. And I think it's a slap in the face of the people that wait in line and wait their turn and respectfully, knock on the door politely. To come to America, that now we're going to give amnesty to people that said, nuts to the system. I'm just going to come in anyway. Reward me. Sorry, I don't like that.
No, I totally agree. For those who are listening right now, it's Mr. George Rodriguez, a.k.a. Ivan
Bad.
Ivan Bad. Yeah, applause for Mr.
That's my new initials when I set the high score on Gallagher. BAD.
Now, there's 11 million people living in the U.S. illegally.
That we know about.
That we know about. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, speaking of the last immigration law adopted was in 2005, where it required states to check citizenship or legal residence status of any applicants for driver's license. Now, are illegal immigrants getting driver's license without being ID'd?
I guess with fake IDs, but
I come from Chicago,
Yeah.
George, and in Chicago, there's, I would say, I would think Mexicans pretty much dominate Latinos in Chicago. I think the Puerto Ricans, there's a lot of Puerto Ricans in Chicago, but the Mexicans, I remember in the neighborhood I lived, where my sister lived in, they were making fake IDs in the corners.
Yeah.
Fake IDs in the corners for illegals, and obviously these IDs are getting printed out, and the people who hire these people are, I guess, not really. They just look at it, George, and they just hire these people, or
I don't know.
or how does a fake ID look compared to a real ID?
I wouldn't know. Mine's all real.
So, I guess the Republicans are starting to wake up a little bit, and they're seeing that they need that Latino vote, and also I guess also the black vote too, in order for, maybe after Obama's after his term's over, maybe a Republican president might come into office. But it doesn't look good for the Republicans. I think the more would you say the Latinos are. You would consider them minorities, but it looks like they're becoming the majorities now here in the U.S.
Well, it's a plurality.
Yeah.
Which is, they're not the majority, but they're the largest single group. But see, here's the thing, because I have a problem. I talk about it on my show all the time about the
George Rodriguez
whites.
show.
I mean, because there's the quote unquote white is what? Italian, Irish, Jewish. I mean, that's not one group either.
Mm-hmm.
I consider myself white, but but I come from a Spanish-speaking country. My family's all from Europe. So what's the deal? I don't like that kind of breakdown. I don't like how they separate people into these groups.
Right.
I identify with whatever people consider to be white Anglo culture. That's my lifestyle. That's what I relate to. And my family's besides they speak Spanish, it's all the same thing.
Now, is it true? Because I have a friend that said, and he's a little older than me. I'm 42. He said when he was filling out applications when he was in his 20s, that now you have, when you fill out an application, either you're black, you're Hispanic, you're white, etc. Whatever.
Yeah.
Back it was just either black or white. Is that true?
Well, I don't know.
Like
I
if
mean,
you were
you filled out the census
if
this
you were
year.
Hispanic, you will fill out white.
Well, do you remember the census?
Yes.
You filled out. You have to you fill out nationality, etc. And when it gets to race, I mean, when it gets to what culture, like there's Anglo-Hispanic, this and that. And if you check Hispanic, then the line underneath that, if you're Hispanic, what racial origin are you? Black, white, American, Indian, Native American, Asian? Because all these Latin American countries, from Cuba south, they have Chinese people went there, Japanese people, Jewish people, German people. I mean,
Russian
look
people, yeah.
at freaking Venezuela with all the Germans,
Right.
So being Hispanic doesn't make you any particular race or any particular color. And that's according to the definition of the word and the census and everything else. So I don't think the subdivision. Hey, go Rush! I don't think I don't think the way that they group people is accurate, and I just don't like the whole concept of grouping people anyway. If you're here, you've got the same goals and the same agenda. American is an American. They want their kids to go to college. They want to pay their bills. Everybody has the same goals, no matter what color, race, language they speak.
Now look at the new bill that they're trying to pass. Well, Obama's trying to pass is to beef up security and a pathway to legal residence for all 11 illegal immigrants. Now, how would you beef up? Well, obviously, you could beef up the security, but there's still going to be people coming in this country.
Yeah.
No matter
Can't
what,
stop it.
They come in through Texas, they come in through California.
The Chinese are getting
yeah.
smuggled in.
Back
people
in
come in through Canada. They go to Canada.
Canada, yeah. Back in the days, I'm American. I was born here in Chicago, Illinois, but my parents are from Ecuador, and the way they came in was, obviously everybody goes to New York.
Why are women from Ecuador so good looking and the men are so ugly? Why? How does that
Really?
happen? Yeah. Did you never notice that?
I think the only good looking Ecuadorian woman is my sister and my mom. Applaud
Okay.
them.
Is that true? You just start noticing. Take a look at that. I was wondering.
I've never been to Ecuador before. And my parents are Ecuadorian.
Every time I meet an Ecuadorian woman, she's beautiful.
Really?
Every time I meet an Ecuadorian guy, it looks like you.
Well, my parents, they came from Ecuador to New York. And then from New York, they went to, back in the 70s, I was born in 71. In the 70s, the Midwest was the place. If you wanted to get a job, you go to the Midwest. There were factories. My dad worked where they made boxes. And he worked in that company for 25 years or whatever. And they moved from, they went to New York first, and then they moved to Chicago, because Chicago, that's where the work was at. And then that's where I was born. And then my brother was born there, and so was my sister. So the point I'm trying to make is that can you really beef up the security? Can you really let, what were they trying to build, fences around Texas or around California so you could stop the illegals trying to get in? They're coming in through tunnels underground.
Yeah.
That's where the drugs are getting smuggled. What's the name of the town in Texas where all?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know.
There's a town in Texas where that's where everybody gets in through a tunnel or whatever. There's a documentary on that, so get to that. All right. I just wanted to point that out. The Republicans are starting to. Would you say they're trying to smarten up a little bit? Okay, they're trying to reach, the Latinos. On another topic here, the Chicago murder rate. What's going on in Chicago, my hometown, and this is a serious case. This is a serious. This story is dear to me because I'm from Chicago, and there's been already 400 homicides this year only in Chicago. 400, and it looks like the gangs are coming back in Chicago. When I was growing up in the 80s, the Chicago gangs, they ran the city, and then in the 90s, 2000s, the gangs were, if you want to call it, Mayor Daley took the gangs. I wouldn't say took them out, but they weren't as relevant as they were before. Now it looks like they're coming back. There's a big popular gang called the Gangster Disciples out in the South Side of Chicago. And they're after, like, they go after rappers, they go after entertainers. That's how bad this thing is. There's a rapper called Rick Ross. Mm-hmm. Look it up. The Black Gangster Disciples are after Rick Ross for some reason. I have no idea why, but they're after him. But look at these stats. Okay, 400 homicides this year so far. They're on a pace for 500. That's an all-time high in several years. And I just reading the story, the gangs are to blame. And drugs, there's gang. Would you say? I wouldn't say like back in the days when there used to be Bloods and Crips in California. In Chicago, it's a little different. There's I would say close to over 100 gangs in Chicago, In California, the noticeable gangs are the Bloods and the Crips. In Chicago, you got the Black Gangster Disciples, you got the Vice Lords. There's two groups. They're called the Folks and the People. And those two groups are always fighting against each other. And it could be over drugs, it could be over colors, it could be over gang turf, it could be about anything. So let me look at my notes here. Let's see here. Yeah, they're on a pace of all 500 all time in several years of gang homicides, especially in the south side of Chicago. Up in the northwest side where I grew up, there are gangs there. The Latin Kings ran the city, that side, for a long time, especially in the Humboldt Park district where I grew up. But where the real, gang banging is going on is in the south side of Chicago. So I want to just point that out. And what is, they got is he a new mayor? Obama's guy, what's his name in Chicago?
Oh, don't ask me. I'm going to Google it.
Yeah, I forgot I think his name is Ram or something like that.
Rahm Emanuel?
Yeah, Rahm Emanuel. There you go.
Okay.
Thank you, Joe.
Ding, ding, ding.
Round of applause for Joe. How'd you know that, Joe?
I don't know. I just kind of came to me.
So he's having just hard troubles over there in Chicago, but hopefully they get.
Why is this? So many gangs there. Chicago.
Chicago's known for gangs.
Really?
Yeah, Chicago's known for gangs, especially in the South Side. Wow, if you go to the South Side,
Is it really like that boring over there?
Be
'Cause,
careful.
Don't they have movie theaters, roller rinks, bowling alleys?
if you see now these gangs, when they break in or when they rob these convenience stores, they're not pulling a gun out and asking for the register. They're taking the ATM machines and throwing those suckers. They're
throwing them in the back of the truck and they're taking
off. That's how crazy this world is that we're living in now.
And this is on the south side. This is like Gary.
Yeah.
Gary was always bad back in the day, too,
Gary,
as
yes.
well.
You're from Indiana, so
Yeah.
you know a little bit about what's going on over there in the Midwest. But
It's just so odd because Midwest is like not, you always characterize people from the Midwest being just very
friendly.
respectful,
Right.
all this, and then you have all these gangs in Chicago.
It's bad. Like I said, it was really bad when I was growing up. It was bad in the 70s and the 80s. 90s, it kind of went down. Mayor Daley cleaned up the streets, like sort of what the mayor of New York, what's his name, Giuliani did. He cleaned up, he cleaned up New York City a little bit. That's what Mayor Daley did, and it looks like the gangs are coming back. Could we blame it on the economy? Can we blame it on what could we blame it on? I don't know. So let's.
I'm going to blame it on Obama.
Okay, they blame it on
No, just kidding.
that is his home.
Everybody else would.
Yeah, that's that is his home city, I guess, or his home. Well, is he originally from Chicago, Obama?
Well, he was born in Hawaii.
Yeah,
And then,
but he considers Chicago his hometown.
yeah, that's it. He has a house there, yeah.
All right, we have time to get into this Twinkies going out of business, George? or we should?
Oh no, I'm just, as a matter of fact, I was spaced off, playing some nice out music for your break over here.
Okay.
But so
How many boxes of Twinkies did you freeze, John?
you don't have to freeze them.
I was addicted to Twinkies. We should.
And Ho-Hos?
Oh,
Ho-Hos were great.
stop it.
Yeah, they are.
All right, when we get back, we'll talk a little bit about that. But the name of the show is John Etch and the Sports Heads. We are on Facebook, John Etch and the Sports Heads. Also on Twitter, Etch and the Heads. Also hit that donate button on SoulFlowRadio.com. Write a little note there. It's for the Sports Heads.
Right.
Or you could donate to
Sure, we'll take it.
SoulFlowRadio.com.
One of us will take it.
All right, shows from Tuesdays. On Tuesdays 7 to 9 and Sundays 8 to 10. SoulFlowRadio.com.
SoulFlowRadio.com.
We do big things.
Put a team of professional consultants behind your home or business computer with Key Information Solutions, providing solutions to your internet and computing needs while keeping you on the cutting edge of technology. Preventative maintenance and networking support, hardware and custom built computers. Let Key Information Solutions be your personal tech staff for your home or office with affordable hourly, monthly, or annual rates to fit anyone's budget. Call Key Information Solutions now. 954-973-3374. That's 954-973-3374. Or visit keyinformation.com. Strawberry Passion Smoothie. Come
Get your hands off me!
Huh?
I said don't touch me!
I shouldn't have went to that party last night. Now I'm seeing talking fruit.
You're not dreaming, Bubba, and you're not putting me in that blender.
But you're just a fruit.
Who you calling a fruit?
You are. You're a delicious passion fruit.
Why, sure, I'm passionate. How would you like to be blended, huh? I got right, you know.
Customers waiting. You gotta go.
Yeah, but wait, you can...
At Power Smoothie in Aventura, we show fruit no mercy. Always fresh, always delicious. To make the best smoothies and wraps on earth, try our new cilantro lime-alicious wrap or our hot chipotle chicken. Power Smoothie in Aventura, located just north of the Aventura Mall in the Promenade Shops. Or call 305-792-5338. Open 7 days a week.
The Mobile Depot, your store for everything mobile and more. Offering clear wireless internet, unlimited 4G for only $50 per month. No contract, no credit, completely unlimited for home or on the go. Also offering simple mobile cell service with unlimited talk, text, and web for only $40 per month. The Mobile Depot. The no contract specialist. Look for the green building on US 1 block north of Sheridan Street, Dania Beach. Stop in or call 954-281-5099. The Mobile Depot.
All systems are functional.
And get past the reins to Mr. Jackal, the new king of radio.
Is there life on other planets?
This is nuclear physicist Stanton Friedman, and now I'm a voice in the Jackal's head.
Is the government keeping secrets from us?
This is Stephen Bassett, and I am now a voice inside the Jackal's head.
Want to find out more? Listen to the Jackal's Head on the Super Media Network. The biggest trick the Jackal ever pulled was to convince the world that he doesn't exist. You are listening to John Edge and the Sports Heads.
All right, welcome back to the show. John Edge and the Sports Heads. A lot of topics to get into, guys, especially in sports. Joe Buck doing sports. Round of applause for Joe Buck. Producing the show. The one and only George Rodriguez, a.k.a. Ivan Bad.
Right. I got a lot of names.
There you go. I want to get into the story here, guys, with Twinkies. Now, the name of the company is Hostess, right, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Went out of business. Unbelievable.
Such a shame.
Laying off 18,500 workers. Now, where's their main their factory, if you want to call it the factory? Where's their main, does anybody know?
Plant.
Yeah, the plant where these Twinkies were being made. Not only Twinkies, what, Ho-Hos?
Devil Dogs.
Devil Dog, what else?
Suzy Q.
Oh, God. That's the things that I grew up eating.
Yeah, man.
What else? Is you know what, my favorite Pop-Tarts. Is that Hostess?
They might make Pop-Tarts, but I don't think so. I think it's Kellogg
I love
that makes
Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts, man. Toaster pastries.
Oh, God.
Wonder Bread and Ding Dongs.
Come on, give it to me. Keep on. Keep on.
I can't think of it anymore.
I'm going to live without Wonder Bread.
All right, so they're out of business, laying off, wow, sadly, 18,500 workers. They had a strike, a national strike, crippled the operations. And they're saying, yeah, go ahead, Joe.
I just want to let you know that it's in Sacramento.
Sacramento.
It says the Hostess Brands Incorporated in Sacramento.
Okay, Sacramento, wow. California is what they're doing bad. Just, economy-wise, they're doing so bad. Now, Hostess goes out of business. Well, this is what we're coming to. All right, one of the reasons why Hostess went out of business, fighting battles against beyond labor costs, and George was talking about that earlier. Also, competition is increasing in the snack places.
Really?
And number 3, and this is probably the main one, Americans conscious about eating healthy.
I was going to say, don't you think the parents were getting mad at the kids for eating Twinkies instead of fresh fruit?
Oh, exactly.
I mean, I knew every time I got home after school, I had Twinkie or Ding Dong or
I just started eating fruit like a couple months ago.
Yeah, I just started eating.
Like in your life?
Yeah, I just started eating those green things, lettuce and stuff.
Yeah.
I just started about a couple months ago.
Man, I remember my mom used to pack not in a lunchbox. It was in a lunch bag, a paper bag. The sandwich, obviously, the peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh yeah, PBJ.
The Twinkies, obviously,
Fruit roll up. I had mine.
The fruit roll up.
I had fruit roll up in there.
Yeah,
Nice.
the fruit roll-ups. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it was like oh man, what was it called? It was like the. Yeah, well, we'll go with fruit roll up.
Fruit roll up.
But it was like a long string of fruit roll up.
Fruit leather.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ding ding.
And the chocolate milk.
A chocolate milk or Capri Sun.
Were you a chocolate milk drinker or a white milk?
I was
drinker?
chocolate milk.
Chocolate
But
milk
depends
all
where
the
it
time.
came out of. If it was the cartons, yes. But they went away with the cartons like in my 4th or 5th grade and went to these pouches. of milk.
Pouches?
Yeah, milk pouches. It was yeah, no bueno.
Wow.
And,
I remember I was in school. It was during, I forgot what period it was. They would come in. They had the crate. The kid used to come with the crate. All right, who wants chocolate milk? Who wants white milk? All the kids always took the chocolate milk. All right, so going back to the Twinkies going out of business. It's a sad story. Not because of the Twinkies. It's a sad story because there's 18,500 people out of work now. Like, is this probably just gonna be a chain reaction of other things going out of business, and hopefully it is not. But looks like that's the way it's going. So, what's next? Could go out of business.
I hope not Perfetti business because
Oh,
I
yeah.
like Airheads and Mentos.
No, we can't have those guys go out of business. It looks like they're doing
those
pretty
Mentos,
good.
man.
Yeah. So that's that. Let's get to another story that I want to get into. I'm off the 5-hour energy. I'm off it. I'm off it. That's why I've been spazzing. Like if you notice,
You've been,
I've been like
you're having withdrawals.
Withdrawals. George, I take a 5-hour
switch
energy.
to crack?
No, I switched to nothing. Just a cup of coffee in the morning, and that's it.
What
Have
happened?
you tried Adderall?
Oh God, yeah.
I heard about that.
That stuff will knock you sideways.
What is Adderall?
It's like brain speed.
It's
a college
cocaine
kids
in a
take it.
pill.
Really?
Yeah.
It's more like meth
Yeah.
in a pill.
But you just don't eat anything. You don't sleep. But you could pay attention and stay
yeah.
and read up.
Yep.
For about
You're
7
up.
hours and do your homework. You can't eat. You don't sleep.
Great
but-
for getting her done, though.
When do you think, or when did the energy drinks came out? 3 years ago?
like Red Bull and
5
all
years
that
ago?
Red Bull was back in college. Man, I was in college. I was drinking Red Bull vodka, so that was my 20s.
So
Wait,
how long?
Am I
10 years ago?
How old am I? 30. Probably 8 years ago. I mean, I don't know. I remember when I was in college for sure.
So 10 years ago?
Yeah.
So Red Bull was out.
I think Red Bull was the
probably
first one,
the first
right?
one, right? Do you think, George, the first one?
As far as the first one of note,
Yeah.
I think coffee was the first one.
Well, guess what? I was doing energy drinks in the 80s. I'm going to explain to you why. I used to work at a factory in Chicago, and there was a guy. I can't remember his name.
Was it Ivan Bad?
There was a guy and he was a white guy, and he had caffeine pills. And he will pop those caffeine pills because I guess he will pop them because from a night of partying or whatever. I was young. I was working at this factory where we did like steel products or something like that. It was somewhere out in the suburbs in Chicago. But I would come in sometimes. I would come sometimes, not hungover, but I would be a little tired, and I would always ask this guy, why you're so hyped and charged all the time? Like, what do you, why are you like this? He goes, look at these pills I got here. Yeah. And I go, where are those caffeine pills? You know how much caffeine, and I wrote this down, is in a 5-hour energy? Anybody guess?
No,
guess.
I don't even
I would like to
wanna
know
guess.
because I take it sometimes.
And that little bottle of 5-hour energy.
5-hour energy has 212 milligrams of caffeine.
Is that like the equivalent of how many cups of coffee? Does it say there?
It's
Because
equivalent.
I'm on my 3rd cup of coffee tonight. So,
I think I didn't write that down, but I think I read it was maybe 4 cups, something like that.
damn.
Yeah,
Wow. And no crash though, right?
How do they? Yeah. How do you not have a crash after that?
and the bottle says no crash. That's the reason why I was taking them. But you do
You crash.
I was mixing it with coffee and 5 hours
And candy.
Yeah, and candy and
Oh yeah.
Well, we work at.
No, Ivan Bad. I was working with this guy.
This is not
I mean,
the only job
it's
we
crazy.
have.
It's crazy.
This
sounds
for those who are listening right now, this is not the only job we have. We have another job. We work at a country club. I'm not going to name the name, but right now we're in season, and you need to be on your toes. Would you say, Joe?
Yeah.
You know, because we work with some very wealthy members, and they want their stuff.
You're literally on your toes.
Yeah, literally. On
you
toes.
are. I mean, you're running around just. Yeah.
So I would wake up. I was at 7-Eleven, 5:30 in the morning, get my coffee, and then I would get the 5 Hour Energy, and I would take it like around 10:30. That's when I was crashing from the coffee, and then after 10:30, that's when I finished having my lunch, and then boom, I would take the 5 Hour Energy, and I was ready to go. I was good to go until 3 o'clock until my shift was over.
And then you drive home, and you're like, gotta be like,
sort of like that,
falling asleep.
So my wife, my dear wife, who I love very dearly, gave me the article, and I don't know if you guys are aware of the article that there has been some deaths of people taking this 5 Hour Energy. There's been 13 reported deaths and 33 hospitalizations. Also, there's been deaths linked to the Monster drink. You guys ever taken the Monster?
Is that? Oh yeah,
the big green one. So
only with vodka though, so that's different.
With vodka,
it negates it. Absolutely.
Not. I wouldn't say that. It enhances, like Red Bull and vodka. Because you want to party all night.
Yeah, sure.
Well, like I was
all
saying,
that sugar thins your blood, and then you put the alcohol right in it. See ya.
Yeah.
I couldn't. This guy that gave me the caffeine pills could have invented the energy drink back in the 80s, and he would have been a millionaire right now.
He might have. You don't know that.
But I remember my dad. How many remember the drug Speed? Does Speed still exist?
Yeah.
Does it really?
Sure.
I thought it was it's like nobody takes it's out of style now. There's other pills that people take, but I remember my dad, a professional soccer player, used to tell me. Well, I used to overhear his conversations, and there was a friend that played on the same team, in the soccer team, that would have Speed, and they would take Speed to play soccer. So the point I'm trying to make is, back in those days, would you is that equivalent to what these energy drinks are that we have now? Would you compare? Is it the same thing, or
it's a variation on a theme? But the Speed's a whole other level.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to split hairs about it, caffeine. It does the same thing that caffeine does, and all these other things do. But it's stronger and more addictive. But any of it, there's people that they're addicted to coffee. It's like nicotine. That's what gets you with cigarettes.
Right.
It speeds you up.
So do you think Speed, for example, obviously...
And there's more than one kind of speed. It's an all-inclusive term.
Okay, so...
Ask me about drugs.
Speed.
Okay.
Let's start with Speed.
No, I've got coffee, thank you. No, I'm good.
Now, obviously, it's an upper, but what are the effects of Speed? Like
Increased heart rate.
Okay. Just like caffeine does?
Yeah.
Okay,
Pretty
what
much.
else? Anything else?
I mean, that's the active thing.
How long
the
does
difference
the high
between
last?
That depends on what it is and how much you take. And because if you look it up, like if you Google and if you look up Speed in Wikipedia, you're going to be doing a lot of reading because a lot of things fall under that category. It's all inclusive. It's an amphetamine. So what kind of speed? There's all these chemical names for it that I don't even know.
Right.
And the difference between that and Adderall, so I'm told, is that Adderall is like speed for your brain. It increases the rate at which your neurons fire, so it keeps you awake and alert, but it doesn't increase your heart rate in the same way that the conventional old school speed does. That's why that's popular.
Is Adderall addictive?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Very.
Yeah.
It's really, the molecule is very similar to meth. So,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's like prescription meth.
Is it expensive?
I don't know.
On the streets?
What are you asking me for? On the streets? No.
No, do you
I
guys,
know it used to be.
do you guys know the reason why the FDA does not regulate the caffeine in these 5 Hour Energies? Because it's marketed as a dietary supplement. So, you could be reading the label. Oh, it's not bad. Boom, you take it, and then the cases with especially with the Monster drink was a person who weighed like 85 pounds. I think I read. This person was taking a Monster drink, took 2 or 3 of them, and boom, sadly died. So,
wow.
Soft drinks are regulated. They cannot have 71.5 milligrams of caffeine per 12 ounces. So, that's when you pop in 50 cents at work and pop in, get your soda from the machines. The soft drinks are regulated. Cannot have 71.5 milligrams of caffeine. Caffeine intoxication, nervousness, seizures, symptoms, psychiatric symptoms, and deaths. So, how about at Starbucks? 16-ounce Starbucks contains 330 milligrams of caffeine. So that's just information.
What's a good amount of caffeine? I don't know. When I'm drinking coffee, I'm not weighing out the milligrams.
What kind of coffee are you drinking anyways there, Mr. Bad?
It's just...
Café Cubano?
No, man, just Café Americano.
Okay.
Like Folgers.
Folgers.
Mountain
I wonder
Grown.
how much
Mountain Grown.
caffeine does una colada?
I don't know.
Again,
I don't measure, man.
That's
I
gotta,
just,
that's gotta be.
Dame la colada, man. Just take a straw.
You know what colada is, right? The little Cuban shots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the colada is the big cup,
Right.
And then you pour shots out of it. You take it to work and pour it out from that.
I used to slam just.
Yeah. I know.
I just slam them. Yeah.
She used to give me the cups again.
So you're a speed freak. That's what we're finding out about you today. Okay.
Don't give me the cups. Just give me the cup. Boom.
Right.
All right. Anything you guys want to add on this?
Bottoms up.
Fire
Boom.
energy drink here. I'm off it. Hopefully I can stay off it. My wife is, she told me, she gave me the article. She doesn't want me. She sees because I always pay with a credit card or my debit card, and she always checks the receipts. She always sees the 5 Hour Energy on there. So.
Damn.
She told me to get off it.
All right, Miss Etch. I'll watch him at work. Don't worry.
Please.
Maybe you could make some money by narking him out, being a mole. Carry around a clipboard.
All right. I got other things I want to talk about when we come back, but we're gonna get into some sports when we come back. Joe Buck, dying to give us information on the Irish. Finally, what'd you say? Since '83,
1993. That's the
93.
last time they were
93.
#1 in the country.
Okay, cool. All right. The name of the show is John Etch and the Sports Heads. We are on SoFloRadio.com.
SoFloRadio.com. It makes its own gravy. Gravy.
When you're ready to actually lose weight safely and steadily while being monitored by a physician, the Weight Loss Clinic of Dr. Kim Jacobson is there for you. The family medicine practice was established by her father in 1956 and continues as a medical practice that now specializes in weight reduction. Dr. Kim Jacobson joined the practice 20 years ago as both a family medicine practitioner and weight loss specialist. The Weight Loss Clinic utilizes a combination of appetite suppression medication and vitamins to produce great results, usually 3 to 4 pounds per week for most patients. Now you can change your lifestyle while still enjoying your own food, just less of it. They offer a choice of 2, 3, or 4-week plans. So whether you just need to lose a few pounds or a lot, the Weight Loss Clinic of Dr. Kim Jacobson can help you. They're located at 5454 Northeast 4th Avenue in Miami, just 2 blocks west of 54th Street and Biscayne Boulevard. Call them at 305-751-0091. They'll be happy to answer any and all of your questions. That's 305-751-0091. Get started on a beautiful new body today with Dr. Kim Jacobson and the Weight Loss Clinic.
Broward Tennis. Announcing our fall 2012 Broward Tennis Flex Leagues. Now available for Broward, Miami-Dade, and Palm Beach counties. The Flex Tennis League concept is different from the typical league format. The Broward Tennis Flex League is designed with your busy schedule in mind. Simply register at browardtennis.com for a league that corresponds with your tennis skill level. You're then assigned a schedule with players at your level who are located in your area. Then contact your opponents, schedule your match, and play when and where you wish at your convenience. After each match, report your scores via browardtennis.com and watch yourself climb in the rankings toward a league championship. browardtennis.com. Get your tennis on.
Hey everybody, Byron Eggers here. Either you or someone you love has been arrested for DUI. A Florida DUI arrest is a very serious matter and can have far-reaching consequences to your finances, your freedom, and your future. Let me tell you, there's only one person you need in your corner, and that's DUI attorney Lloyd H. Goldberg. If you think because you have no prior criminal record and you've never been arrested or charged with a crime that you're going to get some sort of leniency or a lighter sentence, don't fool yourself. If you don't take aggressive action, you'll become a victim of an unforgiving system that is stacked against you. You must have a competent DUI lawyer at your side. Your case could result in something called mandatory adjudication, that in some cases involves loss of driving privileges, permanent criminal record, and yes, even jail time. Call DUI attorney Lloyd Goldberg at 954-608-3200. Write this down, 954-608-3200. Keep it with you, 954-608-3200.
Stand up for your rights.
Hi, this is Boca from the George Rodriguez Show and the Boca Show on WNN. You know, when Clark Kent would go into a phone booth, he'd come out as Superman. The only problem Lewis has is he can't find a phone booth.
But you can find Lewis on the Powwow.
You're listening to John Etch and the Sports Heads. These guys talk sports, I think.
Sean, come here. Listen. I know. Hear me out, though. Yeah. Hey, love, I wanna hold you and talk to you. Put my arm around your shoulder and walk with you. Be that one that'll serve you. My
All right, welcome back to the show, John Etch and the Sports Heads. Before the show started, Mr. George Rodriguez, a.k.a. Ivan Bad, I discovered that he's a Mobb Deep fan.
Yeah, all the old gangster rap.
There you go. Wu-Tang.
NWA, Public Enemy. Yeah.
Boogie Down Productions?
Yeah.
All the old school ones. Wow. I was shocked. You just made my day when... All right, let's get to some sports, Joe. What's going on in the NFL and what's going on in college?
Well, NFL, Thursday night, we had the hometown Miami Dolphins play Thursday Night Football up in Buffalo and lost 19-14. The Bills' defense, coming into this year was supposed to be one of the best, but are statistically ranked as the 31st defense, but kind of picked up, led by Mario Williams with a few sacks, a couple interceptions of Tannehill. But now the Dolphins have lost 3 straight to move to, I think they are 4-6 in the division.
Yep.
Kind of looks like their season now. They're just trying to play for pride, I guess. And
would you say their playoff hopes are done?
I mean, I wouldn't say so.
Not yet, right?
Not necessarily, because the wild card teams are. The Colts are 6-4 with and Pittsburgh 6-3 with Pittsburgh's playing right now.
Right.
So, but there's a lot of teams ahead of them, like Cincinnati's 5-5, and San Diego. Well, I mean, then after 5-5, everybody's 4-6. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they still have a shot, but they have a tough schedule. They have to play New England twice and at San Francisco. So, it kind of looks like they're just playing for a little bit of pride right now.
At the end there, I thought the Dolphins were going to come back and maybe even tie the game or even just win the game at the end, but Tannehill throws 2 interceptions at the end there.
Yeah,
and these weren't tip passes like
they were bad interceptions.
Yeah, they're bad interceptions.
And he's been doing that. He did that.
Throwing behind the receivers.
Yeah.
I saw the last one. It was supposed to be for Devon Bassett. He was throwing behind him, picked off, and that was the ball game.
He did that the week before against Tennessee as well. So
I guess he's going through his rookie.
Yeah, and everybody has that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's.
Mr. Luck went through. He went through some.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody does that as a rookie, but
The running game is atrocious. They can't win. The Dolphins can't win if they can't get the running game going. Thomas looks like Thomas is their leading rusher now. Reggie Bush has been non-existent in these last 2 games. He was benched.
Yeah.
Last game or was it this game that he got benched?
Fumbling. I think it was the Tennessee game.
Yeah, Tennessee he gets benched in the first
and then,
quarter.
And then Miami's stouted run defense. They gave up 307 yards rushing in the first 5 games of the season, and in the past 5 they've given up 661.
Yeah.
So everything's kind of fallen into places where they thought at the beginning of the year where Miami would have a so-so year, probably a little back to my 6-10.
Yeah.
Like I said, and
Yep.
it's looking like that. But I mean, there's obviously bright sides you can see, and hopefully they'll get better.
Right.
And but back to Buffalo's defense. Finally they get out of their schneid a little bit. They were coming in. They all these offseason moves with Mario Williams, and then their first round pick of Marcel Darius a couple years ago at D tackle. Great front four, and finally, kind of showed up. And let's see what they have. They go to Indianapolis next week and play the Colts. And speaking of my Indianapolis Colts, I don't really want to get in depth about that. But
59, wow.
59-24. Andrew Luck was in his first stint into Foxborough, and what can I say? 2 pick sixes, another interception, lost a fumble. I mean, Tom Brady throws 3 touchdown passes. They run a kickback. It was just pretty much a domination of New England, and the Colts fall to 6-4, still in playoff position, and Patriots moved to 7-3.
What was it? What was the spread in that game?
9.5. I think it was 9, 8.5, 9.
It's amazing how these guys in Vegas pick like these
Well,
spreads are like.
And when you see that spread like that, I jumped all over New England in a
You
heartbeat.
did?
Yeah, absolutely.
I was tempted to take the Colts plus 9.5.
Yeah,
It looked good in the beginning. It was 14-0, wasn't it?
It was 14-7.
14-7. And wow, I said, but then the Patriots just like whatever.
Yeah,
took over.
Yeah, and they're 7-3 now ahead of the AFC East. The Dallas Cowboys squeaked by in our Survivor pool.
Yes, sir.
Johnny, we took them 23-20. And other than that, I mean, we got a big game going on right now. Sunday Night Football, Baltimore and the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. A little AFC North clash.
Wow, look at those uniforms.
I know, right? It looks like they're in jail or something.
Look at those uniforms, George.
I see them, man. They look like bumblebees.
A lot of injuries. A lot of injuries. Like Palomalo's not playing. Roethlisberger's not playing.
Oh, fumble. Oh,
Ray Lewis is not playing.
Is that Ed Reed? He just picked that up, right?
That's Ed Reed, number 20 from the U. Yeah.
Anyhow, I think we're going to go ahead and jump over to college football. This is 2 straight weekends of seismic upsets in the college football world.
Amazing.
I
went to sleep and woke up to this news.
Really?
I went to sleep and woke up to
I was
the news.
I was on about 4 tablespoons of NyQuil and a couple other things trying to I was watching, but I wasn't all there.
Yeah.
But anyhow, last week it was Alabama going down to A&M. This week 1 and 2 go down. Kansas State gets hammered by Baylor, and Stanford wins in overtime as they shut down the Ducks. They went 17-14, and that leaves the Irish as the number 1 team in the country. I've been waiting to say this forever. Wow, number 1
since what, 93? You said?
Yeah, that's the first time they've been number 1 since 1993.
What's going to happen if they lose? I hate to curse them, but if they will lose?
Then they'll go to like a Fiesta Bowl or
they won't play for the national championship.
Not
you
even
think?
Close.
No,
be Alabama and Georgia, something like that.
And then you said USC lost their quarterback.
Well, he was injured in the UCLA game,
right?
With two and a half minutes left, he was sacked, and it looks like he separated his shoulder.
Oh, so he's out for next week.
He said it's in doubt. They don't know for sure.
Okay,
He
separate shoulder.
He left the game in a
shoulder.
sling. Yeah, he left the game in a sling, and the game. If there's any, there's really no reason for him to be playing anyway.
Yeah.
If he's somewhat hurt.
He's going to NFL next year, right? He's going to be drafted.
Why try to risk further injury? Because they're not playing for anything, really. They might play for a mediocre bowl, but
that's better for Notre Dame, isn't it?
Well, I would say so. The luck of the Irish keeps getting luckier, but
so if Notre Dame beats USC, they're playing for the national championship.
They'll be down here in Miami. I'm getting tickets. I'm going with McMurtry. We're going to the game.
Yes, sir.
But
and who does it look like they will be playing?
Well, right now, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I hate doing this, but if they somehow win next week, and they would probably most likely play Alabama. And what I heard already from Danny Sheridan that Alabama will be a 10-point favorite.
Whoa.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves because USC is a tough test. It's a big rivalry game, and it's at USC. So, but what a season! It was senior day up in South Bend, and the Irish 38-0 over Wake Forest. Very emotional senior day for some like Manti Te'o. He's been there 4 years.
Right.
He said the only reason he came back for his senior season was just he wanted to do the Notre Dame experience. He didn't care about football. He just wanted to feel the Notre Dame experience.
Wow.
The crowd's all in all the crowds in Lays, from Hawaii because he's from Hawaii, chanting his name throughout the whole game. Just very good.
Is he still a Heisman candidate, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good.
I mean, I don't think he's going to win because it's obviously – I mean, even Colin Klein, though, the front runner, looked very, very bad against
How about the kid
Baylor.
from Texas A&M?
Johnny Football? Yeah, he's jumped in. And Braxton Miller from Ohio State. So, we'll see once but, college football, one more week left. So, we'll see what they has in store next week.
So what's the top 5 BCS?
Well, BCS doesn't come. Well, it came out at 8:30. So,
okay.
Most likely it's going to be number 1 Notre Dame, number 2 Alabama, number 3 the Georgia Bulldogs.
Mhm.
Number 4, the Gators of Florida, and I believe Kansas State will be 5.
Kansas State's falling from. They fell from
1 to 5.
From 1
well,
to
they
5.
got smoked by
Yeah,
an
they got
unranked
smoked.
team.
Yeah, they got smoked.
And so
The Canes won.
did they?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
So they're bowl eligible now.
Are they really?
Yeah,
They played South Florida, right?
They played South Florida. What happened to South Florida a couple years ago? South Florida was one of the top teams in the country.
They were. I don't know what happened.
So
They had that. They got rid of the coach too.
Yep. So let's see.
So
here.
they
Yeah,
updated BCS.
Yeah, go ahead, tell us.
standings. Yep, Notre Dame number 1, Bama 2, Georgia 3, Florida 4, Oregon number 5.
Oregon 5. Okay.
Yep, Stanford jumped up to number 8. So, yeah, I mean, kind of looks good on Notre Dame's schedule too. If the as Stanford beat Oregon, and Notre Dame beat Stanford, so
Right.
Their points. So one more win, and Notre Dame will be playing for the
national
championship
champ-
down here in Miami.
I would like to see. I like to see an Irish Alabama game.
I would love it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I
huh?
wanted to see him play Oregon.
Oregon?
But not anymore.
They got a better chance against Oregon than they do with.
I just wanted to see them
Alabama.
shut down. I wanted to see somebody shut down their offense, but Stanford already did it Saturday night, so
Right.
it's really I don't care. I'd rather see two defenses go at it.
I watched Stanford. They're unbelievable.
Oh, their defense is tough.
Yeah.
And they had a freshman quarterback. That that was his first road start.
They played the Irish pretty tough.
Oh, they played real good.
Yeah.
So,
all right. So let's see. We got anything? Any other in the NFL? Any notable
not
games?
not much this week, John. As we touched on the Dolphins and the Colts. The Bears play Monday Night Football for San Francisco. A lot of concussions this week too.
God.
A lot of quarterbacks out. You could probably see maybe a couple coaches on the hot seat. Andy Reid might not make it to Thanksgiving Day. It almost looked like Jason Garrett was in the same predicament until Tony Romo throws a bomb and gets an interception call, because he could have been gone too after getting beat by Cleveland at home, but they sneak out a win in overtime. A lot of overtime games too this week. Jacksonville. What was Jacksonville putting up 37 points against
Unbelievable.
Houston?
I was watching that
Chad
game.
Henne, the second coming of Chad Henne, 4 touchdown passes. Justin Blackmon had like 250 yards receiving.
Career game.
I mean, I think this is at Houston. Houston's like one of the top defenses in the league.
Henne threw for 354 yards, 4 touchdowns, and Blackman caught 7 passes for 236 yards. Unbelievable. And they gave Houston a tough game, 43-37.
That was an overtime game.
Yeah. And this is a game where Texas were favored by 14 points.
17 at the day's end.
Wow, 17. And it looks like they come. I text Justin, and me and you picked Cowboys in our suicide pool, and I told him, I go, was there 7 guys left in our suicide pool? Something like that.
I think 6, 7.
And I go, I totally don't trust the Cowboys in anything, because I hate the Cowboys. They never cover. And I said I picked them for some reason because they're, come on, Cleveland's awful. And look what happens. Cleveland gives them a game. And
they should have won.
Yeah, and they win in overtime.
Crazy.
So the Cowboys are just an unpredictable team. So Jets, they won 27-13 in St. Louis. That was an impressive win for the Jets.
Yeah, the Jets. Yeah.
And how did they win that game? I gotta see the highlights. I didn't see the highlights of that game.
I didn't either. I didn't watch. That's the Jets though.
All right, so we'll get back to you in the next hour, Joe, and we'll talk.
Bye, fans.
Some baseball. Also, what happened with the Marlins? Unbelievable. Jeffrey Loria should be.
That guy should be
thrown
on.
out of this freaking city and get the hell out of here.
Ivan Bad's gonna get on him.
Ivan Bad.
Yeah, get all over things like Ugly on 8.
All right, the name of the show, John Etchen Sports Heads, SoFloRadio.com.
SoFloRadio.com. We really do know what we're doing.
At Power Smoothie in Aventura, we show fruit no mercy. Always fresh, always delicious. Power Smoothie in Aventura makes the best power smoothies on earth, like the Strawberry Passion, Dulce de Leche, and the all-new Malted Jorge. Try the mouth-watering Chipotle chicken wrap or savory nacho everyday nachos. Power Smoothie in Aventura, open 7 days a week, located just north of the Aventura Mall in the Promenade Shops. Or call 305-792-5338. Mention you heard about us on the George Rodriguez Show and get a free Banana Bobana.
Hey everybody, Byron Eggers here. Either you or someone you love has been arrested for DUI. A Florida DUI arrest is a very serious matter and can have far-reaching consequences to your finances, your freedom, and your future. Let me tell you, there's only one person you need in your corner, and that's DUI attorney Lloyd H. Goldberg. If you think because you have no prior criminal record and you've never been arrested or charged with a crime that you're going to get some sort of leniency or a lighter sentence, don't fool yourself. If you don't take aggressive action, you'll become a victim of an unforgiving system that is stacked against you. You must have a competent DUI lawyer at your side. Your case could result in something called mandatory adjudication, that in some cases involves loss of driving privileges, permanent criminal record, and yes, even jail time. Call DUI attorney Lloyd Goldberg at 954-608-3200. Write this down, 954-608-3200. Keep it with you, 954-608-3200.
Stand up for your rights.
Social media marketing. You know your business needs it. Mouse Media's talented team can cover a wide array of services and will work one-on-one to help you achieve your business goals. Looking for a web marketer, a social media guru, web designer, developer, programmer, or graphic designer? Yep, they got it. Visit them at mousemedia.us.
That's mousemedia.us.
Or follow Mouse Media on Twitter and on Facebook.
Mousemedia.us.
The most important online radio station.
It's easier than ever to listen to SoFlo. On the air and everywhere. On any computer, any mobile device, iPhone, iTouch, and anywhere you are, just hit SoFloRadio.com. Tell your friends about South Florida's radio network, SoFloRadio.com.
The best in sports talk, John Etch and the Sports Heads.
All right, welcome back to the show. John Etch and the Sports Heads, live and direct from the SoFloRadio.com studios in beautiful Hollywood, Florida. Not Hollywood, California, Hollywood,
Right.
Florida.
We party.
Yeah.
We apologize to nobody.
You know, when I first came from Chicago, I never knew there was a Hollywood. Like, when I first there's a Hollywood in Florida.
Did you go looking for the stars? Did you go looking for? Yeah, that's the Hollywood.
What's
Walk of
Hollywood,
Fame.
Florida known for?
Circles.
Circles?
Beaches, and the beach.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got a nice downtown, but like as far as South Florida goes, nobody else has these turnabouts like we do.
Exactly.
There's like I got lost on the way here. I was coming off the A1A and just kept going around in circles.
That's how we spot the visitors.
And what's the reason behind that? If
The guy that founded Hollywood, Young, I forget his first name.
Mhm.
Named after Young Circles, named after him. Wanted to make the city unique. Wanted Hollywood Boulevard, the drive from the highway to the beach, to be kind of interesting and
Mhm.
cool. And he wanted to have things in the middle of the circle, like the parks and the city center, and things like that. And so indeed, it's cool.
You know what I like is, what's the street here when we go to Capone's, Joe? We take Hollywood Boulevard when we get almost to A1A, and then there's like you got to go up that ramp and then it takes you down.
Oh yeah, that's Hollywood Boulevard, right in front of the hotel, the big hotel.
right in front of the hotel. I like that.
Yeah, and that's a cool hotel. I want that hotel.
And right down the street to the left is the Chicago sports bar called Capone's.
Okay,
we've been going there the last couple Sundays.
Cool.
No, we haven't. We drive by there and wave.
Oh,
I'm
really?
just joking.
I ordered.
I didn't know if anybody was listening. That I shouldn't have said I was
Okay.
going out afterwards.
We didn't go. We didn't go. But when we go there, like
Yeah.
during the day,
I don't go to Capone's, but if I did, it'd be like this.
I always get the 2 Chicago style hot dogs.
Oh yeah, I had one last week, I think. No, yeah, it was good. Those things are, and the pizza.
Don't order the wings anymore. You don't go to Chicago's not known for wings.
I love those wings.
Really?
Yeah.
I like wings, well done. Those wings
Yeah.
kind of look kind of slimy.
Yeah, I'm afraid of raw chicken.
Yeah.
I had the pizza. It was great.
The pizza's good. Okay, Chicago's known for pizza.
Yeah.
And they're known for their hot dogs.
Don't get the wings.
The wings, I don't know. I tasted one of the wings. They were kind of slimy.
Yeah, they were. They're a little, yeah.
So
they had good sauce, but the chicken was a little rubbery, maybe.
So that's where we go. That's your Chicago bar right down the street here from the.
They got
studio.
chili cheese dogs over there.
No, Chicago's not known for chili cheese dogs.
Really?
No.
What's that? Coney Island?
Probably New York. Probably. Chili cheese dogs.
What's Chicago's hot dog then? Just
Oh, it's got all kinds of crazy things in it,
Oh,
like the little
God.
pickle and the onions, and it's got that really like what color would you call that relish that the pickles are in?
It's like a lime
Not
green
even- yeah,
color
it's
relish.
amazing.
Never put Chicago's known. Don't ever put ketchup on your hot dog. It's a cardinal sin to put ketchup on your hot dog. Don't ever.
Why is this?
That's just a Chicago way. There's where I grew up on Grand and Pulaski in Chicago, on the northwest side of Chicago. There's a Jimmy's Hot Dogs, and there's a big sign: no ketchup, no ketchup. You never put ketchup on your hot dog. Onions, mustard, that lime green relish, and the jalapeno peppers.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you go downtown Chicago, you'll get the tomatoes, the sliced tomatoes in the hot dog, and that's your Chicago hot dog. And Capone does a really good job, doing a promotion here for Capone's here. George, is that okay?
Sure, man. Why?
All right, good.
It's your show. Blow everybody a kiss.
All right, let's get into some hot topics here. Last week we talked about Petraeus. Is he pillow confessing? You guys know what pillow confessing is? Is he laying down with these women? He's just spilling the beans.
Shouldn't that be a hint to you when the woman that you're, having an intimate moment with starts asking you about troop movements?
Exactly.
And, like, really, this is hot? That makes you hot? Yeah. Tell me about deployments.
Every time I read a story about the Petraeus scandal, there's always another woman popping. It's like the Tiger Woods scandal. There's always another woman popping up. Now there's three women that are involved in this scandal.
I find it's crazy that the guy, the head of the CIA, is getting caught cheating.
That's what I said last week.
I don't get it. Like,
yeah.
I know what if
Maybe you feel like you're immune, I know what I'm doing.
If he gets caught, I mean, everybody's gonna get caught, right?
Right.
I mean,
all right. So
that's just crazy.
Broadwell's one of them. Paula Broadwell. Is her name first name Paula? I think so. All right, Paula Broadwell. There's another lady named Kawam. Hopefully I'm pronouncing this right. Khawam. Kawam. And then there's another lady named Kelly. So there's three girls or three ladies that are in this article where Petraeus had these sexual, whatever you want to call them, flings with. So there's three ladies. By the end of the week there'll be like 5, 10, like the Tiger Woods scandal. How many was there? Was porn stars? There was the waitress at the
Vegas hotel. The
also at the waitress at the where you get your pancakes.
IHOP.
There was one there, the fat one. Yeah, it was just they were just popping up.
He had a
from
girl
everywhere.
from IHOP.
IHOP.
Why not?
That's awesome. IHOP.
Yeah. So again, Petraeus. What Joe just said. This guy was the head of the CIA. And these guys getting caught with all this stuff. Broadwell was the one. Reading the article, Broadwell is an aggressive woman, and she was the one that was sending the threats to to Kelly, who Petraeus was having an affair with too. And this woman Broadwell was married too. So it's just a big mess. What else is going to pop up in this story? I can't wait to read. Pick up my New York Post tomorrow. To another story. Are people still texting while driving? You text while... I was reading the USA Today, and look at this survey. This survey was taken by Insurers State Farm. State Farm Insurance took this survey, and this is how driving habits of motorists ages 18 to 29. So does not consider... maybe, Joe, are you...
I'm in the 30 range.
Okay, you're in the 30 range. So this
I hit 30 July.
Okay, so this is survey ages between 18 to 29 compare with those of the overall public. All right, talking on a handheld cell phone. Before they took this survey, it was 57%. Now it went up to 74%. So there's, when you buy your cell phone, you get the little headphones,
the Bluetooth,
whatever, and they're not using it.
I use mine, but on the other hand, I Velcro my phone to the steering wheel so I can get both my hands in there when I text. Man, steer with my knees. I get a lot of work done that way.
You should patent that. You should have an invention of that. That's funny. All right, text messaging. It went from 34% to 68%. Everybody's texting. I admit, I text while I'm driving.
Unfortunately, yeah.
On a red light.
I try to keep it at the red light.
Yeah.
Not
I haven't rear-ended anybody yet.
I'm not going 90 down 95 texting.
Oh man, you know what's odd about this too, gentlemen, is that you're texting a person that you know he's driving. Like sometimes I text you when you're driving. I know you're driving. I'm texting you. You're responding to me while you're texting. What is the world coming through? All right, listen to directions from navigation systems like GPS systems.
See, I got that on my phone too, so I'm sitting there like looking at it driving.
Yeah. So I guess every phone now has a GPS. I have a GPS. I don't even know how to run it, but
I don't have the talking one. I guess there's an app I could get, but
I have the talking one.
Yeah.
I got the new Samsung. Where's the camera? Right there. Boom. They're saying this phone is better than the iPhone. I'm not sure if that's true or not.
Probably.
But the battery. It's like I gotta plug it in every 2 hours. I gotta plug in my phone because it's running out of charge. So, you guys have the same problem with iPhones? You guys have the iPhone?
I have a very old iPhone, so
Okay.
and I'm real anal about keeping it charged. I have a charger everywhere, man.
Yeah.
I have a
Yeah,
spare
I'm the
battery.
same
I
way.
just
It gets down to like 80%. I'm charging.
right on. Can't
want
run
it at
that
100.
risk.
I want it at 100.
I gotta charge.
I feel like my phone charger is like my heart. My charge feels like if my phone dies, I die. It's like that.
Sure.
I gotta
It's like a
charge
pacemaker.
I gotta charge at home. I gotta charge in my car, and I gotta charge it at work.
Same here.
I carry a charger everywhere and a spare battery, a battery case they slide it into.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right,
No
so
chances.
let's get back to the survey here. Okay, GPS systems, 56%. It went up to 70%. iPads or MP3 players, 33%. It went up to 64%. All these, they're going up. These percentages are going. How about reading an email on your cell phone? How many read emails on your cell phone?
I don't go that far.
While I'm driving?
Yeah.
No. I could make a joke, but no. I mean, that's that's what email's for. I'll get to that.
Yeah. So that went from 22% to 43%. Program a navigation GPS system, where we talked about that. Access the internet on the cell phone. How many of you guys trying to go on a web page while you guys are driving?
No.
No, never.
No, never.
I have, yes. I was on my ears checking my fantasy stats all the way here.
There you go. There you go. He's checking his fantasy stats. Me, I think I've gone on the internet, like trying to get a number. Like you want to get a phone number
Sure.
from I don't know. You go into some type of business and you need to get the phone number. All right, how many respond to the emails on their cell phone while they're driving?
I don't.
No.
16%. It went up to 29%.
While driving? Wow.
While driving, it's all while driving. Driving habits.
How can you do
Young
that?
drivers still texting, surfing the web while they're driving.
I see it all the time. I see people you just like waiting to make a left-hand turn, ignoring everything that's going on around them, and they're on the phone, man.
It's just dangerous. Reading social media networks, that went 15% to 36%.
Somebody liked my meme.
Yeah. Checking your Facebook while you're driving. I'm guilty of that.
I don't have that. I don't have Facebook anymore.
I've been contacting the girl that was supposed to do the entertainment segment here.
Man,
on
we
the
got
show.
there's a lot of entertainment going on too. I was
You looking forward to it?
Yeah, I was in line yesterday at Winn-Dixie, and it had U.S. Weekly, all the magazines, and just looked like some nice stuff on there.
What's the hottest thing going on?
Kardashians again.
The Kardashians.
Yeah.
Oh God.
When's that gonna be over?
Kim and Khloe lost some poundage.
Not enough.
Bruce and
I like
old woman Jenner are like and discuss divorce discussions. Then you have Lamar Odom taking a break from Khloe. Khloe's doing this. Oh, it's all it was.
Who had more face surgeries, or what do you want to call them? Facelifts.
Him or her?
Bruce Jenner or Joan Rivers?
Oh God,
Lordy. Good contest.
Jenner, that's tough.
Bruce
Man, that's
Jenner
tough
looks
to
like
look
he's
at.
27 years old.
That's tough to look at.
This guy ran. What was he famous for? For
The triathlon.
The triathlon,
Or
right.
an athlete.
Yeah.
The decathlon
Olympics.
or triathlon. One of the whatever. one of the-
Triathlon.
Yeah.
In the 70s.
Yeah.
Right.
And this guy's doing reality shows.
Sure, why not?
In the 2000s, where we're 2012.
You still need to check.
Yeah.
And how old is Kardashian's? How old is Kardashian's mom? She's got to be.
I don't know. How
In her
old she is.
50s? You think she's in her 50s? She looks pretty good for being in her 50s.
Yeah, she's. I mean,
Bruce Jenner's got to be what?
I don't know.
60s?
You could Google that.
60s, close to
Got the
70.
pad right there.
He even has an earring, I think, right? Is he rocking an earring?
Kris Jenner is 57 years old.
Kris Jenner. Who's
Yeah.
Kris Jenner?
Kris, the old lady. Kris Kardashian.
I thought it was Bruce
mom.
Jenner.
I thought you were talking about the mom.
Okay, the mom is what? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The mom's 57. The mom's 57.
And Bruce
is
74.
70. No, he is 63.
63. Okay. 63, Bruce Jenner. And the mom's again? 50.
57. And they
Okay.
shut down the divorce rumors. So all is well in the entire family of the Kardashians. Thank you.
All right.
That's good, though. I'm glad.
Getting back to current news, what's going on? What's going on? The Israelis and the Palestinians they're going crazy again. It's been what 4 years of truce of I wouldn't call it truce, but ceasefire, and all of a sudden it's just crazy. It's just
Hamas launched some rockets, and
yeah.
here they go.
They killed some. I think the Israelis they bombed some building where Hamas they had their their broadcasting studios there, and they killed a bunch of broadcasters or something like that. But remind me next week. I'm gonna get into.
Why do you think
this.
I want these studios kept secret?
Exactly.
I want no missiles launched at the studios here. Don't check in from here. I'll smack that Foursquare right out of your hand.
Remember next week too. I wanted to come out today and explain my opinion, obviously, of why the Israelis and the Palestinians are getting it. Why are they fighting? And I didn't have enough time to do my I know about it, but I just need to do research. I need to refresh my memory. I don't want to come on.
I want to borrow my notebook.
Probably.
I got my atlas and everything. Yeah.
And I've studied theology. I've studied the Bible, and I think it's a spiritual thing. What's going on over there in Israel? I don't know if you guys agree with me, but I'm gonna break it down next week. Remind me, Joe, about this because I really want to get into it. I really want to explain why, in my opinion, what's going on in Israel, why the Palestinians and the Israelis are really going at it. We already talked about Petraeus, pillow confessing, also the texting while driving. Also, I want to get into this story, Joe. Deron, is it Deron or Darren Williams?
Deron Williams?
From the Brooklyn Nets. Deron, is that how you pronounce Deron? I always said Darren. Deron.
I always
Darren
thought it was
or
Deron
Okay, Deron Williams, whatever his name is. He claims he saw a UFO during Hurricane Sandy. So this is not the George Norrie show. This is the John Extra Sports Head show.
Art Bell.
Art Bell.
I'll play some Art Bell music for you.
There you go. Play some of that. I enjoy his shows.
There we go.
Well, leave that on.
Sure.
Deron Williams or
I think
Darren
it's
Williams,
Darren.
whatever. his name-
It is Darren.
Maybe it's
Darren
Deron.
Williams. Okay. He claims during Hurricane Sandy, he rents or owns an apartment in Manhattan, one of those big high rises, and he had some family over, and they stayed in his apartment during the storm. And he claims that he stepped onto his balcony, and looking out, he saw a big green thing flashing in the air. And this he was telling the people at GQ magazine, he was getting interviewed, and he was telling them this, that he claimed he saw a UFO. So, my opinion, 75%, is it 75% of the NBA players smoke a lot of
marijuana?
The wacky tobacco, like Jim Manders would say, the wacky tobacco.
That ever made you see a UFO?
Maybe something else, right?
Maybe mushroom?
No, it never made me see a mushroom.
No. Well, something. Come on.
No, I've never seen anything weird smoking weed. I think he's just weird.
So Deron Williams claims he saw a UFO, and if you want to check out the article, it's on GQ magazine. I don't know if it was the last edition or this month's edition. So I don't know if you guys believe in UFOs, but apparently Deron Williams claims he saw a UFO. All right, when we come back, more sports. Also, I like the way you handled entertainment there, Joe. Maybe you should take the sports.
Take the reins?
Does that mean we don't get a girl?
And keep Joe as the sports and entertainment segments. All right, when we come back,
do that.
We'll talk more sports, and also I want to get into what happened with with the Marlins. Unbelievable. John Etch and the Sports Heads, SoFloRadio.com.
Longer, firmer, and fully packed with flavor. SoFloRadio.com.
When you're ready to actually lose weight safely and steadily while being monitored by a physician, the Weight Loss Clinic of Dr. Kim Jacobson is there for you. The family medicine practice was established by her father in 1956 and continues as a medical practice that now specializes in weight reduction. Dr. Kim Jacobson joined the practice 20 years ago as both a family medicine practitioner and weight loss specialist. The Weight Loss Clinic utilizes a combination of appetite suppression medication and vitamins to produce great results, usually 3 to 4 pounds per week for most patients. Now you can change your lifestyle while still enjoying your own food, just less of it. They offer a choice of 2, 3, or 4-week plans. So whether you just need to lose a few pounds or a lot, the Weight Loss Clinic of Dr. Kim Jacobson can help you. They're located at 5454 Northeast 4th Avenue in Miami, just 2 blocks west of 54th Street and Biscayne Boulevard. Call them at 305-751-0091. They'll be happy to answer any and all of your questions. That's 305-751-0091. Get started on a beautiful new body today with Dr. Kim Jacobson and the Weight Loss Clinic.
The Mobile Depot, your store for everything mobile and more. Offering computer, tablet, and laptop repair. Upgrade or get viruses removed. The Mobile Depot, your home for clear wireless internet. Unlimited 4G for only $50 per month. No contract, no credit. Also offering simple mobile cell service, T-Mobile, Red Pocket, and Page Plus. The Mobile Depot, the no-contract specialist.
Look for the green building on US 1, 1 block north of Sheridan Street, Dania Beach.
Stop in or call
954-281-5099.
The Mobile Depot.
What does the NYTHA stand for? The New York Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association funds health care, social services, and recreation for backstretch workers, scholarships for the workers and their children, and retirement and retraining programs for the horses. We support improved drug testing through donations for research and state-of-the-art equipment. And we represent the interests of our members, the 5,000 plus owners and trainers who race at NYRA tracks. The NYTHA is not just another alphabet agency. Follow the NYTHA on Facebook.
Attention SoFloRadio.com listeners. Was that serious and broadcasty enough for you? Well, here's the skinny on our new show schedule. Wednesday night, 7 to 9, it's me, the Eggman, with Captain Hook. We talk about everything. Then on Saturday nights, 7 to 9, H-Love joins me for a little show we love to do called Reggae Recipe. So you got it? Wednesday nights, 7 to 9, it's the Eggman and Captain Hook. And Saturday night, 7 to 9, it's me, the Eggman, and H-Love for Reggae Recipe on SoFloRadio.com.
The best in sports talk. John Etch and the Sports Heads.
This time, this place, misused, mistakes, too long, too late.
All right, welcome back to the show. John Etch and the Sports Heads. Slowing down the music here. Little Nickelback. Oh, you guys are fans of Nickelback?
Yeah. Rockstar.
Good.
It's one of my nicknames. I don't play music.
I pick up all these songs when I'm at the school not producing, but, doing all these rejoins and all that. But I like Nickelback. All right, let's get back into sports, Joe. Let's get into a little NBA and also what's going on in baseball. A lot of things going on in baseball.
Well, NBA, the Miami Heat just closed out their road trip.
Yes, sir.
4-2, respectful. Sorry about that. Yeah, 8-2 or 4-2. I'm sorry. They beat the Phoenix Suns last night, without Dwayne Wade. LeBron, he had his foot, and LeBron had the flu. But they seemed to play good enough to win. Michael Beasley, the former Heat star, had a pretty good game, and now they come home, play Milwaukee, and maybe D Wade will get his foot worked on, and LeBron will feel better, and they'll start playing good basketball. And like I said, 4-2 lost to the Memphis Grizzlies and the LA Clippers, two respectful teams. Grizzlies are looking pretty with Mark Gasol and Zach Randolph in the middle, and then you have Rudy Gay, Mike Conley. They look really good. They beat the New York Knicks, gave them the first loss on Friday night.
Right.
And
I'm trying to think. The Heat started. Well, their first game they played at. Was it Atlanta? They went
on the road trip.
Yeah.
Yes, they played Atlanta. Won 95-84. Then they went lost to Memphis 104-86. Then beat Houston. Lost to the Clippers, and then won that Denver game where they haven't won in 100 years.
Yeah, they were 0-10.
Yeah,
0-10 in the last 10.
And it probably helped that they lost the night before against the Clippers, right? And then that's where D Wade aggravated his foot even a little more, and he sat out the final game and really didn't need him. They won handily 97-88. LeBron had flu-like symptoms the whole game. He, I guess high fever, sinuses, and everything, and he still had 24.7 boards, and Bosch, picked up the slack. So they come home, play Milwaukee on Wednesday, and Cleveland, and I think the Kings in a 3-game stretch at home.
Nice.
And the Knicks, they beat the Pacers today. They get back on the winning, back on the win column. And
they're 8-1 now. Is it 8-1 or 7-1? I think they were 7-0, right? And then they lost. Then they won again, so that makes them 8-1, I believe. Yeah, Milwaukee.
The Knicks, they are 7-1.
7-1
with the Nets 6-2 in that division.
Okay.
6-4 is the Sixers and Celtics.
Now, are the Knicks for real, in your opinion, Joe?
No, I don't think so.
No?
No. I mean, they're good. I mean, they're going to make the playoffs, but they're not going to, It depends who they play. They got they're just making a lot of threes right now.
Yeah.
If you watch some of their games, they're just, they're not going to make all those threes. And what's the white guy that makes all the
Novak?
Yeah. And then, yeah. How many threes did he make in the playoffs last year? None.
Yeah.
Because you had people in the defense in his face.
Now, what's going to happen when Stoudemire comes back?
It's going to screw everything up.
I think so, too.
Absolutely.
It might ruin the chemistry there. And then you got to get the rumors of him and Carmelo, the beef they have between those two guys. But I don't know. I just think the Knicks should. What are they going to do? They obviously got to play him, right?
Sure.
They're not going to sit him on the bench. This guy's getting paid. I don't know how much money he's getting paid, but he's got to play.
Well, he's still a relatively good player.
Yeah.
He just has to maybe find a new role for him.
Not coming off the bench, I don't think.
No. He still starts, but he was always mostly, the go-to or second go-to guy. Even that's what he came to New York for, and in free agency a couple of years ago, right?
Right.
And then they picked up Carmelo in the trade. And but anyway, I think maybe he's more of a, rebounder. He'll get the dirty points in the paint. He's not going to be the the focus point.
Right.
I think it's obviously Carmelo. Jason Kidd's now running the point with Raymond Felton.
J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith, yeah, he looks. I mean, he's one of those guys though. He lights it up or not lights it up. He's either hot or he's cold.
Yeah.
And I don't think they don't play good enough defense. I don't think Carmelo plays good enough defense. I don't think Amari does. So, and kids getting up there in age, so the defense is going to show, especially in the postseason. Down the stretch.
Mm-hmm. What's going on with D'Antoni? Is he back yet?
He is supposed to coach tonight. I don't know
First
how,
game?
on crutches or what.
Yeah. What do you have? Knee surgery?
He had knee surgery.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he's supposed to be there tonight, and that's. What do you think about that hire over Phil?
The question is that what the Lakers want? Do they want a coach? Well, I would say Phil Jackson is an all-around coach. He, defensive, offense, but D'Antoni is a one-dimensional coach. He's known for his offense, running up and down. Is that what do the Lakers think that that they could play good enough defense to win these these games, especially in the playoffs? Come on, are they going to try to outrun these teams out of the gym? I don't think so, because the age-wise, yeah. they're not they're not as fast. But I don't know. I would think Phil would have been the right coach for that team. But
they didn't really.
What's the story behind it? Why didn't Phil take the job? Or Phil didn't take the job?
They didn't even offer it him.
They didn't.
That's what I was trying. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, they hired D'Antoni thinking that like he was going to go somewhere else. They didn't even wait for Phil's answer.
Right.
And they kind of just overnight we're going to hire this guy. Like, where was D'Antoni going to go? It's like he didn't have offers anywhere else. He was like laying in a hospital, not from his knee surgery.
Right.
But
I heard Kobe was happy with the
Kobe and Dwight played for him.
Yeah.
In the 2008 Olympics.
Right.
He was an assistant, obviously, to Coach K.
Obviously, he's a good coach offensively, but who
we'll
knows?
see. He butted heads with Carmelo and New York.
Yep.
But Carmelo butted heads with everybody. Look what happened in Denver and here. So I guess that you can't really say much about that. But
it looks like the best team in the Western Conference is
Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah, they're 8-1.
They're 8-1.
Yep. I still think the Clippers. Looking at the standings here,
they're 7-2.
Yeah, they're 7-2. I would think they would be better than Memphis.
You got the Spurs sitting at 8-2 too.
Yeah, I think they're better than Oklahoma City. I hate to say that. I know that Oklahoma City went to the NBA Finals last year, but look at the Clippers. And we went through their roster a couple weeks ago. They got an awesome team. From their starting five all the way down to their bench. They got guys that a mixture of old guys and young guys too. So
we got some veteran, like Lamar Odom coming off the bench. Yeah.
So the Clippers look pretty good. I would say San Antonio still an old team, but they'll be there at the end. Dallas looks pretty good.
Yeah, Dallas does, and they don't have Dirk.
Right. So when he comes back, they'll be better. Golden State, young team, good coach, Mark Jackson. Minnesota, surprisingly, they're 5-4. They're
Kevin Love.
Yeah, and Kevin Love's not even playing yet, right? He's still hurt.
Yeah.
So when he comes back, they'll be a better team. I think the Western Conference has better teams, more stacked than I think.
More depth.
Yeah, than the Eastern Conference.
It's kind of like the NFC in the on football and in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. And obviously in the Eastern Conference, Miami's the number one team. And then you got you got the New York Knicks. They're 7-1. And then from there,
what about the Milwaukee Bucks? 6-2.
And then New York and Miami, you look at those two teams, and who would you throw third? Probably Philadelphia, maybe.
Well, the Nets. Nets are 6-2.
Brooklyn Nets, okay. But comparing them to the Western Conference, the Eastern Conference is weak compared to Oklahoma City. You got Minnesota. You got Memphis. You got the Clippers. You got the Lakers. You got San Antonio, the Spurs, Dallas. These are deep teams. So hopefully Miami can get through. Obviously,
they'll be fine. Yeah, I think they're going to be just fine.
So
everybody, how much talk did they have last year about these guys they don't gel right, blah blah blah, and look what happened to them. So
yeah, great addition of Ray Allen. He's playing great. So is Rashard Lewis. I saw him playing.
Sure.
Amazing. All right. Let me give out some important information before we go to break. John Etch and the Sports Heads is the Facebook. Also on Twitter, Etch and the Heads. Hit that donate button on SoFloRadio.com.
Hit it hard. What's your phone number?
And the phone number, 954-990-0036. We haven't had a call yet, but we'll get there. All right, John Etch and the Sports Heads, SoFloRadio.com.
SoFloRadio.com. Available now in your grocer's freezer. Put a team of professional consultants behind your home or business computer with Key Information Solutions, providing solutions to your internet and computing needs while keeping you on the cutting edge of technology. Preventative maintenance and networking support, hardware and custom-built computers. Let Key Information Solutions be your personal tech staff for your home or office with affordable hourly, monthly, or annual rates to fit anyone's budget. Call Key Information Solutions now, 954-973-3374. That's 954-973-3374. Or visit keyinformation.com.
Social media marketing. You know your business needs it. Mouse Media's talented team can cover a wide array of services and will work one-on-one to help you achieve your business goals. Looking for a web marketer, a social media guru, web designer, developer, programmer, or graphic designer? Yep, they got it. Visit them at mousemedia.us.
That's mousemedia.us.
Or follow Mouse Media on Twitter and on Facebook.
mousemedia.us.
Hey everybody, Byron Eggers here. Either you or someone you love has been arrested for DUI. A Florida DUI arrest is a very serious matter and can have far-reaching consequences to your finances, your freedom, and your future. Let me tell you, there's only one person you need in your corner, and that's DUI attorney Lloyd H. Goldberg. If you think because you have no prior criminal record and you've never been arrested or charged with a crime that you're going to get some sort of leniency or a lighter sentence, don't fool yourself. If you don't take aggressive action, you'll become a victim of an unforgiving system that is stacked against you. You must have a competent DUI lawyer at your side. Your case could result in something called mandatory adjudication, that in some cases involves loss of driving privileges, permanent criminal record, and yes, even jail time. Call DUI attorney Lloyd Goldberg at 954-608-3200. Write this down, 954-608-3200. Keep it with you, 954-608-3200.
Stand up for your rights. Come on.
Monday nights will never be the same. Silverman on Sports invades SoFloRadio.com. Join Bruce Silverman and his cast of characters as they take on the world of sports every single Monday night from 7 to 9 here at SoFloRadio.com. Don't miss a minute of the show.
News, sports, and entertainment. You're at the right place. John Etch and the Sports Heads.
What a great video. Remember the video?
Oh, yeah. All those videos, man. He had an idea, and then he died.
Robert Palmer died?
Did you know?
No.
Long time ago, man.
No. What
Way
happened?
too young. I think like a heart attack or something. I don't
Really?
know. Yeah.
Now, Robert Palmer, where was he from?
I don't know.
Ireland.
Really? Okay, thank you.
No, I'm sorry. I think you said Ireland.
No, I said I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? I think you said Ireland. I'm sorry.
I'm guessing English or something, but I really don't know.
I remember those videos, especially
yeah.
MTV. I think the first video I saw on MTV was the police. What was the video with all the candles?
Wrapped around your finger.
Wrapped around your finger. There you go. What a great video.
Wow.
Remember when MTV first came out?
Yep.
No.
You know-
Ashes to Ashes by David Bowie. That was the first one I saw in there, and I'm like, oh my god, what have I been missing?
It was unbelievable. Like I said, the first video I saw was the police one. Wrapped
good.
around your
It's a good
finger?
song, yeah.
Yeah, wrapped around your finger.
You know how they film that? Because you know that they're going in slow motion, but they're going to the music. Did you notice that they're dancing around, and it looks like they're in slow motion because they are, but they're on beat. You know how they did that. They played the song at double speed, danced around to it, and then brought it back to normal speed.
Wow, the police! What a great band.
Oh yeah.
What's this thing doing nowadays?
Bad music.
Bad music?
Yeah, it's awful.
When he went solo, were you a big fan of him?
No, awful.
He had a couple good songs when he went solo.
I like Police, man. I like that.
What was the
old
song that
Police.
he had with what was the name of the black guy with who played the saxophone? He had a song.
Clarence Clemens?
Yes, remember that song?
Yeah.
There you go.
I like the old ska Police, reggae Police.
What was your favorite album?
I mean, I like the early stuff. I like Message in the Bottle.
Yep.
I like Canary in a Coal Mine. I like all that. But I like this too. I like this album. I like, Spirits in the Material World. I like, I could listen to this all day.
That show here on SoFloRadio.com, the music show. What kind of music?
A lot of local stuff.
Local music.
The
Okay.
SoFlo music show. Yeah.
Yeah. So they don't play old stuff like this.
No.
Like local bands.
Local bands, local artists, individual artists.
What's the name of the show?
The SoFlo Music Show.
The SoFlo Music Show. That's a good one.
Yeah, and here's the one you were talking about.
Oh, there it is. I can't remember.
Very great idea.
Home, in the living room, watching MTV. You know, the owner of MTV, well, he used to be, the guy who started MTV was a member at Lagos.
Michael Nesmith.
Yeah, a member at Lagos Country
Monkeys.
Club. Yeah. Is he still alive?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? He plays golf. I heard he
Rich
plays golf.
as God.
Oh, yeah.
Richard and Kraft.
Lives in Miami Beach.
Yeah?
Plays golf at Lagos Country Club.
He started MTV?
Started MTV.
Oh, he's one of the execs, yeah.
Nice.
He played a lot with, I want to say Mr. Hogan said that he played with him one time. I can't remember if he said that or not. All right, let's get back to the show. Let's get back more into sports, especially what happened with the Marlins, Joe. They basically traded all their good players away to Toronto.
John, they didn't take all their good players, their entire team, basically,
Exactly.
that was worth any money.
Reading an article today in the Miami Herald, Mayor Thomas Regalado wrote. Did you know that he wrote a letter to Buck Selig telling him to reject the trade? That hopefully, they could reject this trade so this thing won't go on. Already, what's in the Regalado's Dade County mayor, or is he the city of Miami mayor? I think he's city of Miami. Dade County mayor is Jimenez, and he was one of the main guys that when the stadium was going to be, before it was even built, he was one of the main guys that said no, he doesn't want the stadium built. And look what's happened. One of the worst turnouts in the history of a brand new ballpark. Like in the first couple of months, everybody showed up, and then nobody started coming to the ballpark. What a disgrace! All the writers in the Herald, the Sun Sentinel, even the writers, globally, wrote just totally, just killing the Marlins and what a disgrace this is. Me being a Cub fan who haven't experienced a world championship in how many years? Over 83, over 80 years, and the Marlins win 2
within a 10-year span.
Yeah, and they treat the fans like the way they treat them now. What a disgrace. And I want just to update the fans. Who are the guys that were traded, and what the hell's going on with this organization?
I don't know what's going on with the organization. As all as I know is Josh Johnson, Jose Reyes, Mark Burley, Emilio Bonifacio, and John Buck are headed to Toronto for Yuniel Escobar. Basically is the only name that anybody that's playing in pro ball, and then you got a bunch of like
Echeverria plays.
Yeah, but I'm saying that no guys.
No guys.
Escobar could be a good player.
Right.
The other guys are mostly prospects.
Escobar's a Cuban defector. I think 2 years ago
he's the guy that had the gay slur
Yeah.
in his eyebrow.
Yep.
And got suspended for. They got a right-handed pitcher, Henderson Alvarez, a left-hander, Justin Niclino, and a catcher, Jeff Mathias.
Wow. Never even heard of these
Miami
guys.
would also require outfielder prospect Jake. I don't even know the last name. Can't pronounce it.
Well, you can spell
Give it a shot. It'll be funny either way.
Marcinik.
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
And a right-hander, Anthony D. Scarface. We'll just call him. But anyhow, the trade it frees up $60 million now
Right.
they're shedding off, or something like that. It's just crazy to just the only guy that's really, and they just signed Juan Pierre for a contract. Ricky Nolasco is like the only guy that's making over $1 million on the
He's
team,
next.
right?
I heard he's next.
Like everybody else is like rookie contracts, like with Stanton, like making 120-something thousand. But anyhow, what is it? I mean, like they just hire a new manager and he has to come in here. I mean, what was it like? I guess he was managing up. Was he managing in a Toronto affiliate?
Yeah, he was managing in Toronto minor league system.
Anyhow, I mean, I don't know what.
Welcome to the team, Mr. Redmond.
Right? And Tino Martino's the new hitting coach.
Yeah. And I was reading also that Nolasco's next to go, and there's possibilities. I mean, even Stanton, because obviously Stanton, when his contract is over, he's not going to stay here.
No.
Well, they probably can't even afford him when he re-signs with them. Well, who knows?
I guess Ozzie Guillen's going to be the next. They don't even have a coach in Toronto yet. Is Ozzie Guillen going to be the coach since half the team's going up there?
And Toronto also got Melky Cabrera.
Yeah, they did.
So Toronto's going to be a strong team.
But they got John, and the whole, I think Marlins organization and fans or whatever, they wanted to get rid of John Buck, right? Because this catcher was just absolutely horrible.
Awful.
But did it have to take Josh Johnson, Jose Reyes, Mark Burley, and Bonifacio just to get rid of John Buck? I mean, it's crazy.
Cabrera signs with the Blue Jays. It looks like a 2-year contract worth $16 million.
Yeah. So what? Okay, I'm going to take.
Did he serve his suspension?
Yeah, he could have came back for the playoffs for the Giants.
Okay,
they just didn't let him.
So he's clear. He's clear to play.
Yeah.
Wow, they're going to have a good team.
They are. They're
a really good team. Look
out,
out, Yankees.
Well, yeah, the whole AL East is shaping up really well.
What a pitching! They get Josh Johnson, Mark Burley, And they already had, who was their ace?
Romero.
Romero, unbelievable. They're gonna have a good lineup. Wow. All right. So, what's going on with the Cy Youngs and all that stuff?
Well, the MVP, the AL MVP was that tight race everybody was talking about. It ended up not being very tight as well. It was Miguel Cabrera, taking over the rookie Mike Trout.
Right.
And then in the NL, Buster Posey beat out Ryan Braun and Yadier Molina.
I'm sorry, Joe. Sorry to interrupt you, but what's going on with the Sabermetrics? Had Trout winning it, or was it the other way around? What was the big controversy there?
Well, Sabermetrics would have obviously been more on Mike Trout's side.
Exactly.
And
but the writers voted Cabrera,
Yeah.
the
Sure.
American League MVP.
No, okay, yeah. No, okay, let's put it this way.
Mhm.
Bottom of the ninth, game's tied. Who do you want it to be at the plate? Down, just tie game. You want Miguel Cabrera with the runner on second and third. You want Trout or Miguel Cabrera up? Who would you rather have?
I would say Miguel Cabrera.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's what it boils down to. Who is your, who's the best player in the league?
So
who's the best chance? I'm just saying that this has nothing to do with voting.
Okay.
I'm just saying this on top of my head. Who would you rather have up? Who's the best hitter in the league? Miguel Cabrera.
Right. But there would be some people who would say Trout too.
You think?
Yeah. Or wouldn't you think maybe?
Well, this guy had led the league in average, led the league in home runs, led the league in RBIs.
Right.
How is this?
Because there's people like what's this guy's name? John Boog Shambi. He's saying that Trout should have won the MVP.
Well, they had a better record than Detroit.
Yeah.
They won more games than Detroit. So you can look at it that way.
But there's different opinions.
Yes.
Like in my opinion, the person who wins the Triple Crown is the MVP
That's
of
me.
the league.
I'm the same way. I'm the same
Yeah.
way. But you can look at it as because Detroit had a better. I guess the Angels had a better record than Detroit. Maybe that's the only.
But why is this This is the first time I really get into this. Like, I usually just read the paper. Oh, American Cabrera won the American League MVP. Okay, great. But the Sabermetrics, what does this have to do with? They just brought this up because they're trying to defend, or they're trying to make an argument that Trout should have won the MVP.
I didn't really hear anything about the Sabermetrics part of it.
Yeah, they made a big deal of it. They're saying, and I read an article. I think Buster Only. Somebody was the Sabermetrics, just going on and going on.
Like,
There's a lot of people saying that, like a lot of baseball guys saying that Trout should have been the MVP of
because
the
of his WAR, probably the WAR, the wins of the average replacement player
him being a rookie, I guess.
His being on base percentage,
probably.
So
I'm just I don't know. I want to get educated on what the hell this Sabermetrics stuff is all
the guy won the Triple Crown. His team went to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Enough said, right?
Right.
I don't see where anybody could knock on that.
Okay. Now in the National League, Buster Posey, no controversy there. He's
absolutely not.
He won the. Now, who was second? I believe it was
Ryan Braun.
Ryan Braun, right?
And Yadier Molina was 3.
I mean, for a catcher, that's incredible. For Molina being up there, that's impressive.
Yeah, Molina had a great year.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand. Like, his defense is unbelievable.
Right.
He held. I think it was he gained gunned down 52% of the runners. That's unheard of. Like an average of like a catcher, gunning down people stealing is like 30%.
Now these baseball writers don't. I'm sure they're looking more of his offensive stats than they are looking at what he did defensively.
You think?
I would think. Like
I think if you're most valuable player, you got to do about everything
all around.
Right?
Yeah, but I'm saying, what did he hit for? What was his batting average?
Like 316.
316. How many homers?
Oh, I don't have the stats right in front of me, but he had a career year in home runs and RBIs.
Over 30?
No, not over 30.
No?
No. Well, you had a Buster Posey.
Yeah.
But Buster Posey also hit 330 as a catcher, which is great.
Yeah. Molina defensively is better than Posey.
No, it's not even.
That's what I'm saying. That's my argument right there. See, Posey wins it. more because of his offensive skills than he did
Sure.
than his defensive skills.
Sure.
So,
But what I'm saying, what made it closer is because of Yadier's defensive.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have even been in the discussion if he didn't have that stellar defense, because his average and home runs and RBIs are not, in the same league as Ryan Braun and Buster
Yeah.
Posey's. The only way that made him relevant was because of his defensive
Right.
skills.
When you get a chance, maybe our next show, I want to find out who was the last catcher to win an MVP. And also the, traditionally catchers are not known to be
I was
offensively.
going to say Mike Piazza, but
Probably?
I don't
Okay.
know.
All right, we'll get to that. All right, last segment coming up. John Etch and the Sports Heads, SoFloRadio.com.
SoFloRadio.com.
If there was no demand, there would be no supply.
SoFloRadio.com. Supplying what you demand.
The Mobile Depot, your store for everything mobile and more. Offering clear wireless internet, unlimited 4G for only $50 per month. No contract, no credit, completely unlimited for home or on the go. Also offering simple mobile cell service with unlimited talk, text, and web for only $40 per month. The Mobile Depot. The no contract specialist. Look for the green building on US 1 block north of Sheridan Street, Dania Beach. Stop in or call 954-281-5099. The Mobile Depot.
Hi, this is George. Trying to get laid all day makes me hungry, so I go to Power Smoothie in Aventura and get the healthiest wraps and most delicious smoothies ever made. I mean, really, the smoothies are so insanely delicious, they're orgasmic. The staff is friendly there and cute. The food is healthy and real, not processed. This is not fast food, it's good food served fast. And they love me there. They even let me create my own smoothie, the Malted Jorge. Go in and ask for one. They're in the Promenade Shops right off of US 1 in Aventura, or call them at 305-792-5338. You can also visit them online at powersmoothieaventura.com.
Social media marketing. You know your business needs it. Mouse Media's talented team can cover a wide array of services and will work one-on-one to help you achieve your business goals. Looking for a web marketer, a social media guru, web designer, developer, programmer, or graphic designer? Yep, they got it. Visit them at mousemedia.us.
That's mousemedia.us.
Or follow Mouse Media on Twitter and on Facebook.
Mousemedia.us.
This is Randall Hall, formerly of Leonard Skinner, and you listen on SoFloRadio.com.
Hey, Johnny, you're on the air with the sports heads?
Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. How did our eyes get so red? And what the hell is on Joey's head? This is where I
All right, last segment of the show. John Etch and the Sports Heads. Come on, we need a call. 954-990-0036. You can call us about anything. Anything that we discussed today.
You can tell me how to beat my sore throat and my cold and my fever, because George's cough drops they're helping a little bit, but
are you sure they're cough drops?
Nothing like NyQuil, man.
I don't know.
NyQuil.
I'm seeing the treasure cat over there from Alice in the Wonderland right now, so I don't know what's in these things, but they're very good, very tasty.
Yep.
Thank you. Where'd you get these?
I don't know. Walgreens, CVS,
Navarro. They have Navarros in Broward County?
I haven't seen one.
No.
There might be.
Only in Dade County, probably.
So I am
Navarro
sick and doing the show. So
what a trooper.
I'm a trooper.
You are a trooper. Dade County, Joe Buck. How does it feel to be living in? What's the name of that part of your town again?
Little Havana?
No, it's not Little Havana. That's not considered Little
Man,
Havana.
I wouldn't live there.
He's by the stadium.
That's Little Havana, man.
But
might as well be.
I thought Little Havana was more.
Yeah.
8th Street, Calle Ocho.
Yeah,
all the way to 27th Avenue.
I don't know anybody around the stadium that speaks English.
Me?
Except
You
Joe.
don't know me?
That's one.
You care to tell us your story about your car? Did you ever get that? Talk to the manager about that? About your car?
Oh yeah.
What did he say?
I was illegally parked.
Illegally parked.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I messed up.
You messed up. Okay.
Because I thought it was like on weekends it wasn't open. Like, because there's like a kidney spa center or something like.
There's a business in your building you live in. Okay.
And I parked in one of the business spots.
Okay.
But what I understood is you could park there from 8 to 6 Monday through Friday or some certain times.
Okay.
So I was like, well, I'm getting up at 5:30 to go to work, so I'm fine. You know, by 6 o'clock.
Mhm.
And I get up and my car's gone, and. So I asked the question. I asked why, and she said, "Yeah, it's 24/7. You're not allowed to park in these certain spots."
Did you ask her why was your car the only one that got towed?
Because mine was in a. It's hard to explain. If you, I was like underneath the roof, underneath the parking garage. It's hard to explain, but like I was in a certain area where if they saw it,
yeah,
boom, it's out because I was the only car in underneath. So. It's kind of hard to explain, but anyhow, I didn't.
So you weren't, because we talked about it. You weren't targeted.
I always thought I was targeted because my car's always targeted for some reason.
He was profiled.
Yeah,
there's some ethnic profiling there in Little Havana.
Yeah.
He looks like a gringo to me.
Who's this white boy in our
his
building?
car.
I'm serious. It happened to me. I parked in a spot a couple months ago as well on 8th Street and 8th Avenue, 8th Street and 7th Avenue, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know the crossroads. And it got towed there. I went up to Joanna's place for like 30 minutes. Come back and my car's gone. And I was like, I guess because I'm white.
That's like the worst experience to get your car towed.
I know. And you go to these places where nobody speaks English as well,
Yeah.
and then you got to run your credit card where you just feel very sketchy doing. And then I got my car towed twice in 3 months.
Whoa.
Wow.
It's just I got. Parking
Got me
tickets,
beat.
this, there. I just think my car's cursed.
In Chicago, maybe in the Midwest, they don't tow. They put the boot.
They put the boot.
They put. You know about that, Joe?
Oh yeah, Das Boot, man. They put it right on you.
They put the boot in your tire. You can't run your car until you gotta call them up and they come and there's no way you could get that boot out. You try to, with a sledgehammer, you try to knock it out. Nothing. You can't get.
No, they'll put the boot. Yeah.
And they only put one, right?
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes. Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I remember one
You
time.
ever watch what reality show? There's a reality show for everything, the Towing Wars or whatever.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And there are people that try to drive away with that boot on there. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk. They're not going to be beat by the boot.
Drive away with the boot. Joe, did you know that the Cardinals changed their logo?
The St. Louis Cardinals changed their
They
logo?
changed their logo. Look it up.
How would I not know that?
But it very not similar, but very how would I say it? Changes that you can't even tell that there are changes.
I was gonna say that's that logo that goes back way too far.
On the
to
two
change.
birds, what was in their eyes? The old logo. They didn't have eyeballs. If you look at it real closely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they had. It's just like something black.
Really?
The new logo they have eyeballs in the birds.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Where do you see that at?
That's on Yahoo.com.
Really?
That was like their main articles there on
Interesting.
Yahoo.com.
Speaking of the Cardinals, we had a St. Louis Cardinal play golf today at our place of employment.
Really? Who was it?
Well, he only played a couple of games. Ryan Jackson.
Ryan Jackson.
Yeah, he played second base. He played for I believe played for the U as well.
Ryan Jackson.
He didn't play very much at the Cardinals. He came up in like the call-ups back in the late part of the season. So, yeah, I gave him a high five.
All right, so going back to what we started in the beginning of the show, we don't have a girl to do entertainment, but we're looking for a girl. So
it just sounds totally wrong. I mean, or right when you say that. A girl to do entertainment, it sounds like like a stripper.
I'm sorry.
Like she's gonna be in the background dancing. She's like a go-go dancer.
Okay, let me rephrase. We need a young lady to do entertainment.
Why can't it be an old lady? I try to say that with a straight face.
I'm looking for a young lady to do entertainment here on Sundays in the.
If you write the ad like that, you're gonna get all the wrong people responding.
So if anybody's listening, a young lady who's listening right now,
I just want to shout out to your wife right now while we're talking about this.
Contact me, please. JohnH13@gmail.com. JohnH13@gmail.com. Also, George, you want to tell us more about SoulflowRadio.com before we take off?
Sure. Well, it founded about 3 years ago. Act of desperation. It was supposed to be a temporary thing, just a platform to do my show, but it attracted other people. Originally, the unemployed, like me, because regular talk radio died down here, and so it started attracting a lot of radio refugees, as you hear from the imaging, and then it just kept going and growing. We have 16 shows on right now. Go to SoFloRadio.com. I don't have time to explain all of the shows to you, but they go across everything. We have political shows, entertainment shows, general interest shows. My show's on once a week when I can, although we're taking day after Thanksgiving off. And it's an internet radio station. It's not just about South Florida. It's just from South Florida. We only have one out-of-town exchange student, which is the Out of Sight show. He's in Seattle, Michael Singleton, a famous rapper, Out of Sight. All of the rest of the people on the air are down here, between here and Boca. And it's our only talk station, our only general interest talk station in South Florida. We got room for everybody down here. I mean, just get on. I patterned it after what WIOD used to be, which is just an all-inclusive... almost without definition kind of a talk show where you could, get anything on. We don't have to worry about the FCC or management. It's you and the audience, on SoFloRadio.com. And it's straight up. Just go to the website. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory. There's a button, a listen live button right on the right-hand side, and all the rest of the shows are archived. Just click on each show's show page, and you can see the audio, video if they have it. Every show page has an explanation of the show and a link to the archives and or the website if they have one. Just say SoFloRadio.com a lot, and that's how you listen. That's how you learn more about the station. And there you go. And if you want to buy some advertising, call you.
And if they want to contact you, how would they do it? Just
right there, the contact information, SoFloRadio.com or George at SoFloRadio.com or PR at SoFloRadio.com. Doesn't stand for Puerto Rican. That's public relations. Stands for public relations at SoFloRadio.com. I'm Puerto Rican.
All right, so that's the information to go on SoFloRadio.com. And, what a great website it is. And there's so many good shows on there. I'm on there listening to the different shows, especially George's show, which makes me laugh all the time.
Thank you.
So, you said your show is...
Yeah, it was originally it was on every day. We did it every day.
Right.
And I just couldn't do it. I have to manage the station, and I have to solve other people's problems all day long. So went down to once a week, and I'm lucky if I can do that. If I'm lucky if I can get it on once a month.
Really?
At this rate, yeah. But so be it. So it is. I didn't set out to be an entrepreneur or a radio station manager, but that's what I became.
But if you did have the option to do your show every day, you would do it.
Absolutely. I would give all my responsibilities to somebody else and go back to being, because I wanted to be a clown. I wanted to be a ham. I didn't get in broadcasting to be a station manager or a suit or somebody carrying a briefcase. I wanted to do this. I wanted to be on the microphone, talking.
So what does
crap,
Boca
making
do?
people laugh. Boca's does his own show on WNN, which we also play here, and he still co-hosts the show with me. She still co-hosts the show with me, And yeah, we're just playing it by ear. We get together when we can. The Beast is on what's that other station now? I can't keep track of the sports stations.
790.
He's got a show once a week, I think.
Oh, really?
And whatever they simulcast with the FM, whichever station does the
790.
FM. That's 790. Yeah, he's got a once a week show. I forget which night of the week it is.
And Joe Costello.
Joe Costello is doing his motorsport show. He's got his own show and website. I forget what it is. Sorry, Joe. That's what you get for leaving me at the. That's what you get for leaving me at the bar on golf night the other night.
Oh,
left me behind, man. Left the man behind.
I used
to
listen to Joe a lot when he was on
NWO radio. I think it is. I'm a little bit sick too.
When he was on QM, wasn't he?
Yes, absolutely. He was my first producer.
Really?
Yeah. The first time I filled in for Neil, Joe was on the other side of the glass with me. So
cool.
We did a lot of good shows together. We're still good friends. We bust chops.
All right, we got a couple minutes left. Let me give you some important information before we leave. SoFloRadio.com is the website where our shows are on every Tuesday from 7 to 9, and then on Sundays from 8 to 10. Also on Facebook, John Etch and the Sports Heads. Like us there. Twitter's Etch and the Heads. Again, please go to the donate button on SoFloRadio.com if you want to donate to us, or you could donate to SoFloRadio.com. Anything you want to say, Joe, before we head out?
Have a happy and safe holiday week.
Cool.
And we'll see you on Sunday.
That's right.
Not if I see you first.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Ivan Bad.
I'm just bad, man.
All right. So thanks for bouncing with us. Again, the name of the show is John Etch and the Sports Heads. Have a great week. Happy Thanksgiving.
SoFloRadio.com and SoFloTelevision.com.